dawn is breaking on the River Thames, a sight which has been seen by the citizens of London throughout the centuries. London owes its very existence to the river, which was the main highway of medieval days. The Romans used it chiefly as a landing place, but today ships from all corners of the world are docked here. Through the morning mist, we can see Tower Bridge, the modern guardian of the approach to the city wharves, known as the Pool of London, the highest point to which sea-going vessels may steam. Tower Bridge, with its 200-foot centre span, forms a watergate which can be raised to admit larger vessels, was built in 1894 at a cost of £1.5 million. Near Tower Bridge is the Tower of London, which was built by William the Conqueror to give him command of the city and to act as a fortress guarding against attack. Henry III built the outer fortifications, and through the ages other kings of England have extended it, adding architecture of various periods. It now houses, among other historic treasures, the crown jewels and the coronation regalia, and it was the custom at one time for each monarch to lodge at the tower before his coronation. A great attraction are the quaintly garbed warders of the tower, known as beefeaters, who are soon followed by visitors eager to learn of the tower's historical mysteries. Many ask the way to Traitors' Gate, through the grim shadows of which have passed on their way to prison or execution such famous people as Sir Thomas More, Queen Anne Boleyn, and Cromwell. A lady from America asks this warder if she may film him with her cine camera. He responds willingly. We leave behind the Tower of London and go further up the river. Soon we see St. Paul's at the top of Ludgate Hill. This noble building by the famous Sir Christopher Wren was completed in 1697 to replace the earlier church which was destroyed in the Great Fire of 1666. Within its precincts are buried many famous people. The dome is a masterpiece of architecture, with the Whispering Gallery running around its interior, is of never-failing interest to visitors to this great cathedral. From the balcony at the top, we can see fine views of London. We look eastwards to the mouth of the Thames and the docklands. Slowly our eyes move downwards to show vast areas where surrounding buildings were destroyed in the second great fire started by the German Air Force in 1940. What a miracle that St. Paul's remained almost unharmed, for it had many great escapes. We then look up the river and see Westminster with the Houses of Parliament. Passing under the new Waterloo Bridge and leaving behind St. Paul's, we soon come to the Houses of Parliament, a magnificent group in the Gothic style, accommodating the House of Lords and the House of Commons. In times of crises, the attention of millions is turned in this direction, not only in Great Britain, but from the whole of the empire. During the war, Big Ben, whose chimes were broadcast daily, brought hope to millions of people all the world over. Behind the Houses of Parliament is Westminster Abbey, founded by Edward the Confessor. It has been the setting for all coronations since his time. The present building was commenced in the 13th century by Henry III and contains many sculptured monuments and tombs of kings and queens, soldiers and sailors, statesmen and artists, as well as the famous tomb of the unknown warrior. From Westminster, looking along Whitehall, we can see Nelson's column towering up in Trafalgar Square. England's greatest sailor overlooks government offices, still looking straight out to sea and watching silently. In a corner of Trafalgar Square is the church of St. Martin's in the Field, often described by Londoners as being a Wren church, but in fact it was by a pupil of Wren. The National Gallery is the home of the nation's art treasures. The vast collection of pictures kept there are all state-owned, like the London pigeons that nest under the entrance to the gallery. Some of the greatest crowds gather in this square to feed the ever-hungry pigeons. Great fun for the children, with a man selling peanuts at a penny a bag. Our next stop is at one of Britain's royal homes, Buckingham Palace. It is the London residence of the royal family, built in 1703 for the Duke of Buckingham and was subsequently purchased by George III. It first came into use as a royal palace early in Queen Victoria's reign. Light approaches, we see it crowded with Londoners hurrying on their way home. The statue of Eros, the god of love, has a fascination for many people. Being the junction of many roads, it is a scene of constant activity which seems to symbolize the gaiety of Theatreland and the West End. Almost as famous as Eros are the flower sellers, seated at the foot of the statue, whose cries of "lovely sweet violets" are as well known as the bells of London. Our day in London is nearly ended. So, from the hub of the empire, we say au revoir and await the dawning of another day.